So Ausbildung is one of the options of those who just freshly graduated from their basic education. These are the most basic requirements for you to do an Ausbildung. High school diploma and a B1 or B2 level of German language if you are a foreigner applying for an Ausbildung in Germany. If you want to work as a flight attendant, if you want to work as a carpenter, if you want to work as a butcher, if you want to work as a chef, so I will just go to the internet and check all the banks within my city. From day one, I will be earning my salary until I finish my Ausbildung. So, the next question is, how much? Good morning! Isang napakagandang umaga. Buenos dias, bom dia, ein guten Morgen, bonjour, calamera, dobry utro. This is your Filipino hamburger and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the second part of this two-part video about Ausbildung. This time, we are going to answer the remaining questions about doing an Ausbildung in Germany. Before we start, if you are new on this channel, please don't forget to click the subscription button and then the notification bell for more informative, fun, and useful videos with your Filipino hamburger. Yes, how much? How much can someone earn? So how much? It depends in the industry you are part of, okay? It depends as well of your company. If you are doing an Ausbildung, for example, at Lufthansa for a certain job like aero technician, then you might be earning more. The range could be between 800 euros and 1,500 euros brutto or gross. Okay, so that's basically gross. This is before tax. And your company will pay part of your insurances. So these are the advantages of doing an Ausbildung. You earn while learning. Okay? And like what I've said, every year, your monthly allowance or salary increases. There are also companies who provide bonuses to their Atsubis. They will also pay for your public transportation. Not everyone, but if you are part of a big company, then you can have this kind of benefits. Is there a disadvantage of doing an Ausbildung? Well, I would say it's not really disadvantage, but you have to manage your time properly because you are learning at the same time working, you know? So your job or your practical phase might be very demanding, and then you have to prepare for the theoretical part or the theoretical phase. So you have two exams, the theory and then the practical. And so maybe you have to do a lot of preparations. Another disadvantage that I heard from people is that if you have only Ausbildung, then your salary is limited to this point, you know? You cannot have more than someone who did a master's degree in a university. Although, if you decide to level up your qualification, you can also go for a Weiterbildung or Fortbildung after your Ausbildung. And maybe that is to specialize in a certain area, and then you will get a better position, and if you have a better position, then you will be better paid. So this is just some of the arguments that people who go to university give me to convince me do a university degree instead of an Ausbildung. Okay? So basically, these are the advantages and disadvantages of doing an Ausbildung. Why should I choose Ausbildung over ein Studium? Or why should I go for an Ausbildung rather than going to university? Well, as mentioned already, if you want to earn while learning, if you want to receive your salary while learning to become someone in your field, then Ausbildung is for you. Because in Ausbildung, you will receive a salary from day one until you finish your Ausbildung. You will be employed in that company where the company will pay partly of your insurances. Wherein in the university, you're not earning anything unless you will work part-time somewhere, which is paid minimally. Okay? With Ausbildung, after this 3-year program, your company might provide you a permanent contract so that you stay with them. Especially if you are one of those Azubis who is considered as the best in their batch. So my advice is, if you are doing an Ausbildung in any field, give your best. Because during this 3-year period, your employer will assess if they want to have you for the rest of your life in their company. After Ausbildung, it's either you will be offered a permanent contract or a nice thank you. Like what I've said, again, I cannot emphasize the importance of having the opportunity to learn the theories and apply it right away in the real world. That is the concept of Ausbildung. 50% learning the theory, 50% applying them right away. Wherein a university degree is that you spend 3 years learning about theories and then you graduated, you go and face the real world and you're like, wait, it's not working. Wait, what should I do? See, it's too late. It's too late to go back to the university and change and try another theory. You know, I mean, maybe people will disagree with me, but basically that's how I can compare the Ausbildung and then the university or a studium. What's next? What's next after my Ausbildung? Well, as I mentioned already, after your Ausbildung, maybe your company will offer you a permanent contract, which is awesome, right? Then you don't have to send tons of applications out there unless you are not happy with your company, and then there you will start the job hunting after your Ausbildung. But most of the people I know who did their Ausbildung, right even before they finished their Ausbildung, they got an offer to stay in that company with a permanent contract. So it's a good option, guys. And then another option for you is that if you want to level up, to be someone more qualified in that field, then after your Ausbildung, you can do a Weiterbildung, or you can have your Meister or your sort of masteral level in this area. So I know some people who, for example, work in supermarket, particularly in the meat section. They did their Ausbildung to be a butcher. And then after that, after a few years, they started working in the same company and they decided to specialize or to master their field or their craft. And so they became a master butcher. And if you are a master butcher, then you will be earning more. After your Ausbildung, you can start your studium. And there you have more advantages because when you start a studium, after your Ausbildung, somehow you already know how to manage your time. You already know how to deal with situations, with pressure. Because in Ausbildung, you have tried already learning at the same time working. And then in the university, maybe your knowledge from your Ausbildung and your experience from your Ausbildung would be your key to be the best student of your group. So how can I apply for an Ausbildung? Like what I've said, you have to check the companies where you want to work. Check the area. Check the industry you want to be part of. Like for example, if you want to be part of the airline industry, then go check the websites of the respective airlines you're considering to work for. If you want to work with Lufthansa, for example, then go check their website. They have Ausbildung there. They have Ausbildung options there for cabin crews. They have Ausbildung positions for technical staff. So go check, read the requirements, and then gather all the documents, then send your documents to them on time. And if you are pre-selected, you will be invited to do an interview. Okay? And during the interview, you have to give your best. Okay? You have to impress them. You have to show them that you are the best Atsubi that they should have. So impress. So it's like a normal job application process. Check the website, check the requirements, gather all the documents, send your application, wait for the interview invitation, go to the interview, and impress them. Impress them with your wit, with your personality, and with your dedication. And then you might be offered an Ausbildung opportunity in their company. And maybe that's the start of your future with them. So what's the duration of a typical Ausbildung? Well, in Germany, Ausbildung could range between 2 and 3 years. Sometimes it could last until 4 years. It really depends what kind of Ausbildung you are doing. It depends on which knowledge or which experience you already have before doing that Ausbildung. So it could really vary between 2.5 until 4 years. This is sort of a range. But most of the Ausbildung position in Germany is for 3 years. As a foreigner, what kind of visa do I need to do an Ausbildung in Germany? So this question will be answered in a separate video about visa for Ausbildung in Germany. Well, basically, that's it from my side. I hope you learned something about Ausbildung in Germany. And if you guys have questions, feel free to write your questions in the comment box below. Okay? Once again, guys, thank you very much for staying until the last minute of this video. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and feel free to share and inform your neighbors about this video. Maybe this is the beginning of your journey of doing an Ausbildung in Germany. And also, please don't forget to subscribe by clicking the subscription button and the notification bell below so that you will be updated every time I upload a new video. And this is your Filipino hamburger who wants to say that you are one step forward if you have the right and enough information. Have a nice day, everyone!